Hello guys, Harry here. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you are well. Now guys, if you remember, I unboxed this Mido Multifort on the channel a few weeks ago. Today we are going to take a proper look at this Mido. I'll get the price out of the way first. If you are in Australia, you're looking at a retail price of $1,975. And here is the price tag suggesting that retail price that I just mentioned earlier. Now that price is for this rose gold PVD coated case only. There are other variations of this watch as well that you can see on the screen right now with their recommended retail price. And as you can see in the video right now as well, you get 2-year international warranty. I think they're a bit light on the warranty side of things. An extra year would go a long way, but that is what we are getting from Mido right now. So without further ado, let's dig in and let's take a closer look at this Mido Multifort. Let's kick it off with the dimensions first. Now, I would like to stress on one thing before we look at the dimensions or the numbers. Looking at the shape of this case, this square shape, it's not going to be like your normal conventional round case watch. So do keep that in mind if you are shortlisting this watch or going straight ahead to purchase this watch. I'll give you a wrist shot at the end of the video to give you an idea how this watch wears on my average wrist, and hopefully I'll be able to give you an idea how this watch will appear on your wrist as well. But for now, we have a case size of 40 millimeters with a thickness of 11.6 millimeters, which should be quite manageable for the most of us, and we have a manageable lug to lug distance of 46.7 millimeters as well, with a lug width of 22 millimeters. I think Mido has taken the right decision of putting a 22 mm lug width on this watch. I think 20 mm lug width would have looked a bit out of place given the shape of this case. We have a 7 millimeter screw down crown, which gives you a respectable 100 meters of water resistance, which should be plenty for the most of us. Now, the case size that I mentioned earlier is excluding the crown and the crown guards as well. So for the glass, we do get a sapphire crystal as expected from Mido at this price point anyway, and we do get a coating on both sides of the glass. It plays with the light really nicely. For the finishing on this rose gold PVD coated case, the upper surface of this fixed bezel is nicely brushed with a pip at 12 o'clock, which doesn't really serve any purpose. It's just for decorative purposes. The upper part of the case is high polished along the sides. Then we have brush finish along the side of the case along with the upper surfaces of these lugs. The crown at 3 o'clock is signed with Mido, and it is nicely protected by the crown guards on both sides. Now, the best part of the dial, for me at least, is that big date at 12 o'clock. I absolutely love this complication, and Mido has made it possible to have this complication at an affordable price with this watch. And you will see when I change the date, this date complication has two separate discs that come into play when you are changing the date. So you unscrew the crown, because this is a screw down crown as I mentioned earlier. When you pull it out to its first position, that's where you'll be able to adjust the date on this watch. And as you rotate the crown, you can see both of those discs coming into play. Absolutely love having this complication on a watch. And when you pull the crown out to its final position, that's where you'll be able to set or adjust the time. As you can see, the seconds hand has stopped moving, so the movement in this watch does hack as well. We'll talk about the movement a bit later on in the video. Now, looking at the rest of the dial, as you can see, there are those horizontal lines running across the dial as well. This chocolate dial goes really well with this rose gold case, and they've color matched it really nicely with this strap as well, which has to be one of the best and most comfortable straps I've seen on a watch in this price range. Again, we'll talk about the strap a bit later on in the video. Then you can see Mido automatic underneath 12 o'clock there, and Multifort above 6 o'clock. Swiss made can be seen right at 6 o'clock at the bottom of the dial, as well with a printed minute track that runs around the outer ring of the dial. So this brown rubber strap, as I mentioned earlier, it matches up really nicely with this brown chocolate dial and this rose gold PVD coated case, but that's not where it ends. It really serves a purpose. It serves a purpose of allowing you to wear your watch all day long without really feeling the need of taking it off or without feeling any kind of discomfort. It has to be one of the most comfortable straps fitted to a watch in this price range that I've personally seen. And you do get matching hardware as well with this buckle, which is nicely stamped with Mido there. So looking at the case back, it does give you some information, as you can see, confirming the model number and the water resistance of 100 meters, which is already mentioned earlier in the video. And we do get the open case back as well, so we can see through that glass and look at the movement used by Mido in this watch, which is caliber 80 big date. If you are familiar with the Powermatic 80 used by the Swatch Group in other brands like Tissot, then you will be familiar with this Caliber 80 as well, which is a slight premium version of that Powermatic 80 with a big date complication. So we get 80 hours of power reserve as stated in the name of this movement, 21,600 beats per hour, and that's how the 80-hour power reserve is achieved by reducing that beats per hour. 25 joules hacking and hand winding, as I showed you earlier when I was able to stop the seconds hand. So this movement does hack as well. Now Mido has been making these TV shaped cases for a long time, for nearly 50 years, and I think they've really knocked it out of the park with this one. If you are looking for something of this style with a big date, nothing really springs to mind, or nothing really comes close in this price range. And I'm really impressed with the build quality of this watch as well. If you are not liking this rose gold PVD coated case, then there are other options, as I showed you at the start of the video, and you are paying a bit less for having those watches as well. And I think they've brought out a smaller version of this watch as well with a 35 millimeter case. So if you don't like this 40 mil case and you're looking for something smaller, then do check that out as well. Now, checking out the Lume, if this is a deciding factor for you, then you will be disappointed, because the quality of the Lume on this watch is not fantastic. Yes, the immediateness is there, the promptness is there, but unfortunately, it does not last long. The longevity is not there, and this is one thing that I think Mido can really work on, is improving the quality of the Lume put on this watch. So here it is on my average wrist. My wrist size is 6.85 inches. As promised earlier at the start of the video, I'll give you a quick wrist shot just to show you how this fits on my wrist, and hopefully this will help you in understanding how this watch will fit on your wrist as well. There's barely any lug overhang, or no lug overhang at all, because of having that compact lug to lug distance of under 47 millimeters. Even with this TV or square shaped case, the watch doesn't really look out of place. It doesn't look big on my average wrist, and I know I keep coming back to this rubber strap over and over again. I generally don't really praise straps this much, but this one is really comfortable and really good quality as well, that it is really forcing me to keep talking about it throughout the video. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video. This watch will stay in my collection for a long time, I can already tell you, and hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you with my next video shortly. Until then, stay safe and look after one another. Thank you again.